Welcome to Embody Your Brilliance, a podcast for visionary daughters of immigrants and creative entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Eunice Kimian, somatic life and business coach, mom, and Korean American eldest daughter of immigrants. Each week, you'll hear stories, insights, and conversations to help you embody your unique brilliance beyond survival mode so that you can design a life you actually want and grow a peaceful, profitable business you're proud of that supports you. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Embody Your Brilliance. I'm your host, Eunice Kimian. And today I want to talk to you about prioritization. If you are prioritizing everything, you're not actually prioritizing anything. Let me say this one more time. If you're prioritizing everything, then you're not prioritizing anything. So this has been coming up in my business recently because there are so many things that I am ready to do. I feel safe enough to do in terms of visibility. I want to be on camera more. I want to go on stage more. I'm ready for more speaking engagements. I'm ready for more workshops. I'm ready to guest on other people's podcasts more. I'm ready to host retreats. I'm ready to continue to grow my one-on-one coaching. I'm ready for a lot of different things and I have a lot of energy for it, but I don't want to burn out. I still have limited capacity and time and energy, even if it feels limitless. Like my mindset is feeling limitless. My safety and my embodiment is just on a different level. But I'm a mom to a toddler. I am working part-time hours. I have needs. Like I want to sleep. I want to nurture my relationship with my husband, my friends, my clients. So actually, even if I have so many good ideas that I'm so ready for that would all benefit my business, it will actually be my downfall and not help my business grow. In fact, it might cause a lot of problems if I say yes to all of those different things that I'm ready for and that I'm excited for and that I'm good at. So a lot of the folks I work with are multi-talented, multi-passionate, and it's amazing. You have so many gifts. You have so many gifts to share with the world. You're so good at many things. You love many things. How abundant, right? But the abundance of good ideas, amazing skills, amazing problems you can solve can actually be the thing that keeps you stuck or keeps your business stuck at a certain level. And having enough good ideas was never really my problem in my business. It's probably not yours either if you're listening to this podcast, honestly. You're probably really creative, brilliant, overqualified, and don't struggle with ideas. If anything, you have too many and too many projects you want to start, too many problems you want to fix, and not enough clarity on what to focus on first and what to say no to. Things like, oh, I should revamp my website. Oh, I should show my camera more on video and do reels. I should post more content to get my work out there. I should do some more marketing. I should work on how I show up for my team. I should go to more networking events. Ooh, I should start my newsletter and grow my email list. Ooh, I should take this class. The list goes on. It's like maybe if I had one more hour, a little bit more energy, I could just push through and get everything done mentality is what keeps you stuck. I know this feeling because I've been there, jumping from task to task, filling my Google Calendar to the brim, juggling a million unfinished to-dos that get rolled over to the next day, and then at some point I forget about it. My Apple Notes app is just it's a whole portal into my thoughts and so many different unfinished tasks. And tabs constantly open in my brain, trying to be as productive and fast as possible, and yet never feeling like you're making any real progress. Or worse, the weight of all the things, especially unfinished, leaving you in a freeze mode or paralyzed by overwhelm, or almost like beating yourself up for not getting it done and feeling like you're always at a deficit and you're always playing catch up and you're not actually doing anything, even though you did so much. And it's almost like being unsure where to even begin when you have a long list of things that will never fully feel complete because there's always something else to be added, right? And if you're a mom, if you're a caretaker, if you have relationships, you have all these different things that you're juggling on top of your business, forget about it, you know? So I used to do that. I used to sacrifice sleep, run on fumes, trying to do it all, pushing through exhaustion. I told myself I just need to work harder and harder until I burned out. And worse, when I was spinning my wheels doing all the things, I was actually making little money, which was putting me in survival mode. And it's like this loop of, oh my God, I'm doing all the things, but why isn't it working? Oh my gosh, I don't have enough money. Oh, I have to go back to corporate. It's like this whole cycle. And even if I did get results, it was short lived because I was still so like on edge because I was trying to do all these different things. I didn't know where to focus my energy and be so dialed in to making my business as simple and profitable and aligned and joy giving, life giving as possible, and just focusing on less, but going deeper and actually finishing the tasks instead of just adding a million things on my plate because I can do it, because people are asking me to do it, because I love it. You know, that's not a good enough reason to do it, especially if you're multi-talented or multi-passionate. If you're multi-talented and multi-passionate, you being good at it and you being able to do it is not a good enough reason to actually do it because you can do a lot of different things. You have to have a number of other reasons to make it worth your time. Is it actually aligned? Is that thing better to work on than the other thing that's going to give you even more joy, even more life, even more profit, even more alignment? You being able to say no to eh, things or things that you love, but not like that 100% yes thing that you could say to. Like if you say yes to 75% yes things all the time, you're creating no room for the 100% yeses to come through. And you don't have enough energy, capacity, and time to dedicate to bringing that 100% yes thing to life because you said yes to the 50% yeses in your life. So, where are you doing that in your business right now? And do you see a pattern of you saying yes and prioritizing things that you can do, but you don't need to do? And what is that costing you in your business right now? And the reason why the results aren't even worth it when you're spinning your wheels is that A, it's so hard to sustain because you get so tired. And also, you don't have the capacity to follow through and grow that thing, the thing that's working for you. That if you had the capacity and the spaciousness to just double down on that, which is going to give you so much more joy, so much more life and profit that you're looking for. And also, once you burn out from that cycle, it's so hard to come back. I always say it's so much harder to go from 0 to 1 than to go from 1 to 2 or 2 to 3. So, how can we not get sucked into that burnout cycle where you have to recover and go from 0 to 1 each time you spin your wheels and try to do everything else? And here's what I've learned: there will always be problems to solve, always more ideas. I've learned to trust that I will always have good ideas coming through all the time, every day, every morning, every night. I have ideas galore, ideas and ideas. You can ask anyone who knows me, I always have ideas. I learned to trust that I am never at a deficit of ideas. And if anything, I just need a vehicle. I need somewhere, an outlet to just write down my ideas, a parking lot of ideas to know that, okay, it expressed itself. I don't need to say yes to it right now, though. So I've become really, really good about prioritizing what I'm working on right now. What is my focus for this quarter? What is my focus for this year? What is my focus for this month? What is the thing I'm working on? And what am I saying no to right now? What am I saying later to? So that I know that I'm not neglecting it forever. So my brain likes that, okay, I'm not saying that I never want to do this. I'm just saying I'm choosing not to focus on this because I'm focusing on something else. And that, as a daughter of immigrants, was really hard to get my safety around. My If you're in survival mode, it can feel like everything is life or death, you know? And so, how can you cultivate inner safety in your body to know that you are actually being very strategic? And you have to be strategic with your time and capacity, especially when you're juggling different roles in your life. So, there will always be problems to solve, always more ideas. Entrepreneurship is literally a journey of solving problems all the time. There will always be problems. And as you reach new success milestones, there will be new problems. And if you don't like solving problems, it's probably the wrong job for you. And personally, I do love solving problems. I'm a really good problem solver. And I feel like a lot of us, daughters of immigrants, eldest daughters, women of color, just a lot of the folks I bet who are listening to this podcast are really good problem solvers. And just know that there will always be problems to solve. And you don't need to solve all the problems right now. And the key isn't to do everything right now, to fix every problem or chase every idea. It's knowing which problems to solve right now and which ones to leave broken for now. It's discerning and acting with discernment. Because if you're prioritizing everything, you're not actually prioritizing anything. That's literally the definition of prioritization. You have to say no to certain things in order to actually prioritize something. And if you grew up being a high achiever or first gen, or if you grew up equating over delivering with being worthy, leaving something undone can feel like a failure. So we really have to rewire that in our head, especially in entrepreneurship, that leaving things broken is actually you excelling. That is your A plus. Your A plus is leaving things broken because you're actively choosing to leave that broken while you're fixing something else. That's what is so that's the rub to our nervous system because it feels kind of like we're doing something wrong or we're at a deficit. But that is literally such an important skill in entrepreneurship to know which problems you're leaving unsolved right now. So there's a concept called glass balls and rubber balls. And the whole point of glass balls and rubber balls is to show that not all tasks are created equal. So some things, if left undone, can shatter and cause an injury, like a glass ball. Others, if dropped, will bounce back like a rubber ball. We are always juggling. And if you're a mom, you know this. You can't, there's just always something to do, and there's always problems to solve, always things to, yeah, there's just always things to do. So we have to prioritize, right? So some balls are glass, some are rubber. You got to know which balls are safe to drop in this moment so that we can keep the glass ball from falling. What makes it extra tricky is that some balls are rubber in one season and they might be glass in another. So, for example, I have a toddler, and when he was newborn, what he needed from me is very different from when he's a toddler. And so even the way I approach my business was different, right? And even if you're not a mom and what's really important to you right now is creating enough profit so that you don't have to rely on your 9 to 5 anymore, then your revenue generating activities need to be prioritized to reach that goal. If your focus is growing your business to become financially viable, then you need to prioritize revenue generating work. But if you're doing fine financially, but you need flexibility because you're a mom, you're juggling your baby, daycare, all the things, then you need to prioritize simple, sustainable, easeful systems and knowing how to run your business to unlock that time and flexibility while keeping your profit the way it is, right? And knowing like what is your priority in this season. So that's why knowing your priorities for the season of your life and business is everything, because then you can figure out what your focus is and how you're choosing to prioritize certain moves in your business and actively choosing to deprioritize. So, for example, I work with my private clients in a deep one on one level, and I have very limited spots for my one on one coaching. I don't need to go viral right now. I don't need a million followers on Instagram. I don't need to necessarily posting my face on Reels to reach millions of people in order to reach my goals. So, right now, I'm choosing to create high trust, deep connection experiences where I can go deep with the people who are in my community through my workshops, through one-on-one calls, through group calls, through retreats. I have a client retreat coming up I'm really excited about. And doing so in a way that aligns with my gifts, what gives me joy, what feels really natural to me. So when you know what your priority is of this season, what your goal is actually, then you know which balls are rubber and which balls are glass. And from there, you can figure out with your natural strengths, your zone of genius, how do you want to handle the glass balls? Do you want to receive more support, whether it's through your team or your coach or whoever, to keep those glass balls in the air and actively deprioritizing the rubber balls? So you can really do this in a way that honors your capacity, your unique gifts, your expression. Knowing your why for the season helps you discern what actually needs your attention and what you can let go for now. Because otherwise, you might find yourself procrastinating on the real next step. Let's be real, because it's scary or uncomfortable, and actually filling your time with a bunch of busy work and all these other tasks that are not moving the needle towards your actual goal, your actual priority this season. So if you want help figuring out what your glass ball is, what your rubber ball is, what your focus for this season, and what you need to prioritize in order to reach your goal, and what you need to actively say no and deprioritize, especially if you're multi-passionate, multi-talented, I invite you to book your free one-on-one clarity call session with me today. These are very focused sessions where we'll clarify your vision, your goals, your priorities, your unique gifts, and really identify what your number one blocker is right now. And we can map out a 6-month plan with clear next steps. And then we can also explore whether we're a good fit to work together through my one-on-one somatic business coaching. I have one spot left for the year, and I'm opening up a few spots for January, and I would love to support you. If you're on your journey of building a peaceful, profitable business and you want to shine your unique brilliance more freely, more fully, honoring your capacity, honoring your deepest desires and your goals, I'm here for you and I would love to connect. So book your call today and I'll see you in the next one.